Everything is unraveling right now for George Santos. Questions about his educational background, as you mentioned. There are no indications from those universities that he was ever enrolled there, let alone got degrees. No indications that several of the firms and organizations that he worked for that he actually did. They say they have no record of his employment there. Several of the organizations that he's worked for are under investigation for potential fraud. And now it comes out, according to reporting by The Forward and other outlets, that his Jewish heritage that he claimed in that interview is also questionable. His family records have been inspected, genealogy records, family trees. There's no indication that the grandparents that he cited ever left Brazil. They apparently were born there, and no record that they left, let alone fled persecution. And so the story just becomes weirder and weirder by the moment. We've reached out to Santos's spokesperson for clarification, to try to set the record straight, to give him a chance to answer these questions that have been posed. There's been no response whatsoever from his office on this matter. And the major question is whether Santos is even going to take office at all with all of this lingering, and whether Democrats at this point are going to be willing to seat him in office based on all these allegations of fraud surrounding not just his Jewish background, but it seems every aspect of his life at this point. He's claimed he's openly gay. It comes out today in another story that until recently, he was married to a woman.
Mike, I happen to know, I grew up in that part of New York. I know that Long Island district is quite big Jewish representation there. So you have to wonder if maybe if he did fabricate Jewish roots, is he doing that to attract some Jewish votes in that race?
He noted in that interview with me that it's the third most populated district, congressional district in the country, according to Jewish population. And by the way, Santos, he's polished. And he had his facts down in that interview, noting almost city by city, village by village, the number of Jews in there and how important the Jewish votes were, the Jewish assemblymen that were elected out of those villages and small towns in the November midterm elections. Almost like a Catch Me If You Can, the movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio, about just fabricating every aspect of his life. Santos has a lot of questions to answer right now, but apparently he's gone into hiding and isn't answering any of these questions at this point. Just an absolutely bizarre story coming out of New York.